Creating custom Pokemon for you! Welcome back, everyone, to the show where we select lucky commenters to spin a series of random wheels that give us factors for a Pokemon that we then create just for you. It's gonna be an awesome episode today, y'all. We're gonna make 3 amazing custom Pokemon as always, so I hope you enjoy, and if you end up wanting a custom Pokemon for yourself, don't forget to leave a comment because I'll be randomly selecting people from this video's comments for the next episode. But without further ado, let's get into the first Pokemon. And this one will be for the big AEC. I'm glad you liked Iron Diffuser from the Yu-Gi-Oh episode. It was a ton of fun to make. But anyways, AEC, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you're going to be a Convergent Evolution. Cool. And it means that now we have to spin this wheel to see what generation of Pokemon we'll be making a Convergent for, and it's Gen 5. My favorite generation of all time. We're off to an awesome start. And now, of course, we'll spin this wheel that has every single Gen 5 Pokemon on it, and we got Ferrothorn. I'm pretty sure that's one of the best competitive Pokemon of all time, so that's really cool. And now let's see what new typing we'll be giving to this Convergent Ferrothorn. Your first type is the Steel type. Ferrothorn is already Steel type, but I guess we're gonna just roll with it and Steel Water type. A little weird that it's still Steel type, but Steel Water type is actually incredibly rare typing, so I think it's good. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do a signature ability. It's got a rough exterior, but underneath is a great personality. The first stage of your Pokemon is Ferroshell, the hard shell Pokemon. These Pokemon are known to store and protect valuable underwater treasures within their hard steel body, making them nearly impossible to obtain. But that doesn't stop some divers from trying by waiting until Ferroshell has fallen asleep before slowly slipping their hand inside of its shell and hoping to grab treasure. However, doing this will either cause you to gain riches or lose a hand. At level 40, it would evolve into Ferroyster. These Pokemon are obsessed with shiny objects, especially pearls, and spend their entire lives in search of the largest and most expensive pearls they can find, which they will guard with their lives. With it even being said that the larger a pearl that Ferroyster has, the more and more protective it'll become. And this is reflected in its signature ability, Pearltective, which states that Ferroyster will gain additional points to its defense stat in battle based on the type of pearl it's holding. With regular pearls giving plus 10 defense, big pearls giving plus 30, and a string of pearls giving plus 50, which kind of makes Ferroyster the first ever pay-to-win Pokemon. In terms of stats, Ferroyster, of course, has really good physical defense, but curiously, it also has pretty good special attack, but really bad special defense. And for the shiny, I went with this Pearlescent Pink. But now let's get into the second Pokemon. And this one will be for Tender321, who said that I should turn Silksong characters into Pokemon. And that's a really good idea, but one of the artists for this series, Devasa Illustrations, is already doing that over on their YouTube. So after this, y'all should go check that out. But anyways, Tender, let's start by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you are going to be a Pseudo-Legendary. That is epic. Now, every Pseudo-Legendary has been a 3-stage evolution line, but we do still spin this wheel where you have a chance to get less than that or a split evolution, but you got the standard 3-stage. And now let's see what typing the Pseudo-Legendary is going to be. Your first up is going to be None. That is weird. I don't think there's ever been a Pseudo-Legendary with just one type. Or I guess Goodra is pure dragon, but you are pure grass type, which doesn't exactly feel like Pseudo-Legendary typing, but I bet we still make something cool. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and you do an additional form. There's definitely never been a Pseudo with an additional form, so that's awesome. It's time to stop and smell. The first stage of your Pokemon is Squirrels, the Rose Buddy Pokemon. These Pokemon are very heroic and don't hesitate to get in the way when people or Pokemon are bullying others. And while this does often lead to Squirrels getting its butt kicked, it always manages to get back up. And at level 41, it evolves into a Piston. Now sporting much improved fighting abilities, this Pokemon is known to team up in small groups of a Piston, which perform good deeds across the forest landscape, such as stealing berries from the greedy and giving to the hungry, helping lost baby Pokemon find their way home, and even providing the correct restorative berries to those afflicted. And at level 51, it evolves into Breathorn. This Pokemon is a master of single combat, as it uses its dancing thorn blades and swift movement to defeat foes even when dwarfed in size. And it also sports a combat style that hasn't been seen in the last 3 generations, as it actually has the ability ability Stance Change, the signature ability of Aegislash, which allows it to change between its blade and shield form. However, while Aegislash does this with the move King Shield, Breathorn has a new move called Petal Shield, which just like King Shield will change Breathorn to its shield form and protect it from damage. However, instead of lowering the opponent's attack when hit, Petal Shield instead has the same function as the ability Effect Spore, as enemies who hit Breathorn's defensive petals will have a chance to be paralyzed, poisoned, or put to sleep. In terms of stats, just like Aegislash, Breathorn is very offensive in its blade form and very defensive in its shield form. And for the shiny, I made their green bodies orange as a reference to Autumn Leaves, while also swapping the color of their two flowers. But now let's get into the third Pokemon. But before we get into the final Pokemon, it's time for the Member Modifier. This is the segment of the show where we take a fan favorite Pokemon from a previous episode in the series and give it a brand new upgrade. Since Legend ZA just came out, I figured it was only right that for today's episode we give a Pokemon a brand new Mega Evolution. So I had my channel members vote between Lazuka, the bazooka-wielding sloth, Amalgaton, the dust bunny monster, and Peanut, the peanut knight. And the winner was Lazuka, which when exposed to Zookite would evolve into Mega Lazuka. Now having constructed its own tank out of wooden materials, it's now able to launch its explosive pine cones at such an incredible fire rate that it will completely obliterate anything near where it battles. Huge thank you to all my channel members. I hope you like Mega Lazuka, and if you want to become a channel member yourself to help us vote on the next member modifier, then you can look into that by hitting the join button down below. But now let's get back into the third Pokemon. And this one will be for Elizabeth Sherwood. I hope you do too. And let's help you have a great day by getting the power level of your Pokemon, and you're going to be a fossil Pokemon. Cool, there were no regular Pokemon today. And now let's see how many times your fossil Pokemon can evolve, and you are going to get one, which makes you the maximum 2-stage evolution line. And now let's see what typing the fossil will be, besides of course the rock type, and it is the Cosmic type. The Cosmic type fossil is really weird, so this is definitely going to be a super unique Pokemon. And the last step, before we see which Pokemon looks like, let's see if it has an X Factor, and none this time.
CDF Research Log 183.
Exploration into the vast underground of the Cosmic Cavern has proved challenging. It seems the limited food supply has resulted in heightened aggression from the creatures found here.
CDF Research Log 188.
A new discovery. Research Team Delta has uncovered what looks to be an undiscovered fossil. Carbon dating shows it to be much older than the cavern itself. Perhaps our tests are wrong. Perhaps an ancient civilization left it here long ago. Either way, I'll write to headquarters and request the immediate revival of this curious cadaver.
CDF Research Log 232.
Revival of research object C-198 has resulted in the creation of a never-before-seen Pokemon. More testing is required.
CDF Research Log 312.
Object C-198 has proved most impressive. Early testing reveals moderate telepathic abilities and a passion for learning. As C-198 has been observed deeply inspecting any equipment brought into its container with its large green appendage. Its thirst for knowledge has made it a real favorite with the staff.
CDF Research Log 350.
C-198 had to be restrained. Its recent signs of aggression has worried faculty in the recent days. I sent my report to headquarters and await further instruction.
CDF Research Log 389.
It is with great regret that I must report the passing of Object C-198. A recent incident saw C-198 leap towards the face of a fellow researcher. A code red was issued and the following battle with a fleet of Telemetrite left Object C-198 unresponsive. I've ordered C-198's remains to be moved to cold storage until further research is approved.
CDF Research Log 400.
A base-wide alert has been put out for the immediate return of C-198's remains, which were removed from cold storage early this morning. Security checkpoints have been set up at all the base's exit points to stop what is likely an attempt by a staff member to sell the remains. Off the record, I suspect Marcia from accounting.
CDF Research Log 401.
Mayday, requesting immediate reinforcements. Object C-198 has been found not only alive but evolved, and its aggression has reached a new terrifying height. Several fleets of Telemetrite have been dispatched and none have returned. I request immediate support.
CDF Research Log 402.
Mayday, I request immediate support. I can't be sure if this communication will get through as the power to most of the base has been completely shut off, but if you are hearing this, please... Dang it. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out all the other episodes of the Custom Pokemon series that can be found in this playlist. I'm gonna get right back to making some awesome custom Pokemon for you, so I'll see you in the next episode, but until then, peace.